AITAH for causing a woman who badmouthed me at work to get fired? A bit of a backstory. I'm 24 and born and raised in this fairly small town, which is surrounded by towns smaller than ours. People from surrounding towns come over to get their degrees/diplomas from my local university and college, because theirs don't have good ones. Now to my situation. I work as an advisor at our local bank branch. About 2 months ago, a 23F was hired as a clerk. She was from a surrounding town and had graduated from our local university. For the first month, everything went well. She joined our friend circle and there were no issues. About a month later, one day while leaving from work, she pulls me aside and asks me out on a date. I declined politely, reminding her that I was married. Most of my coworkers and I have known each other since our high school days, if not earlier. My wife was part of this same circle, and my wife and I have been together since we were 15. This topic had come up before, and I always have my wedding band on, so I found it weird that she still chose to ask me and not any of the other guys who were single. That was a weekend, so on the next Monday when I come to work, halfway through one of my other coworkers, 24F, tells all of us that the 23F told her that I pulled her aside and asked her out and wasn't taking no for an answer. She said I had started stalking her on social media. Here's the thing. My coworkers knew I didn't even have Instagram, and they know how close my wife and I are, so they realized she was full of shit. However, there were a couple of coworkers who weren't as close to me who may have believed her. I told my coworkers not to do or say anything to her, and I told them the truth about what had actually happened. I told them to ignore what she was saying and just agree with whatever she said, because I did not intend to make this a big issue. Around 2 weeks pass and my dad calls me one day and tells me he needs to speak to me. I go to my parents' house and my dad tells me a friend of his, who is a client at the branch, told him about how I stalked a girl and she was looking to quit this job for another, and asked if the friend could help her by hiring her into his company. After I told my dad about what actually happened, I decided that I had to stop her from badmouthing me and reported to HR the very next day. When I told HR that clients were getting involved, of course they took it serious and investigated. The HR lady questioned me, my co-workers, and the 23F scumbag as well. Obviously everybody backed me up, and the camera footage showed her stopping me, and not the other way around, so she was put under the hot seat with HR. At first, apparently she was adamant I stalked her, and she showed HR an Instagram account with my face on it. Here's the kicker, that photo was very conveniently the only photo of me on one of my other co-workers' profile, which she followed on Insta. She had made a fake account and texted herself shit, to be believable. She was fired by HR on the spot, for spreading rumors with malicious intent and for disrupting the work environment.